It's always great to be at the Social Innovation Summit. I'd like to congratulate Zeev and his wonderful team. I've never given a conversation with a duck. Oh, okay. Well, so how many of you know the Aflac duck? Let's see a show of hands. Okay. Well, the Aflac duck has been entertaining us since 2000, but he's got a new friend, my special Aflac duck. And he's a social robot that was created by Aaron and Aflac to help children, to comfort them and to provide them with companionship when they're going through their cancer treatments. He made his worldwide debut at CES, and we were just amazed at the outpouring of interest and stories, and we were very, very honored to gain the Technology for a Better World Award from the CES and CTA, so thank you. We've had the opportunity to work with Aflac and Aaron for a year and a half, and it's been an amazing, exciting journey. And so what I'd like to start is that, tell us about this cute little guy, and Aaron, what does he do?
Yeah, so my special Aflac duck has been designed over the past year to help children who are undergoing chemotherapy treatments cope. And what's really unique about the duck is that we went through this patient-centered, empathy-driven design process. So we worked hand in hand with the Aflac Cancer Center and over 100 families and 35 doctors to design something that's not just cute and it's not just cool, but actually meets the needs and the challenges that children face as they're going through treatment. So just to give a few examples, one of the things that we learned is that children lose so much control during their chemotherapy treatments that they gravitate towards play where they're in control. So the most requested toys at the Cancer Center are Legos, because kids get to build their world. So with the duck, kids are totally in control. Their duck goes along with chemotherapy treatments right alongside with them. So it has a chemotherapy port they can attach to the duck's chest. So their duck gets chemo as they get chemo. Yeah. And we also learned it's really difficult for kids to communicate their feelings, especially young children. This is for 3 to 13. And it's hard when you're asked, how do you feel today, right? To tell somebody that you're sad or that you're scared. And so the duck comes with, we designed these little cards that you tap to the duck's chest and it expresses that feeling. And this is a way that we've seen kids talk to their caregivers and to their parents and allow them to vocalize something through a language that they're really familiar with, which is tactile play.
Oh, great. So, John, the Aflac duck, he's a valued icon known around the world. Why did Aflac get into this, a social robot?
You're right. The Aflac duck is a huge advertising icon in the United States and in Japan, and it's something that we protect very strongly. Our CEO has always been very adamant that the duck's purpose is to advertise for our company and advertise for our products and the good that we do. So there's always been restraints placed on what we could do with the duck. For instance, we would never have somebody dress up in a duck costume or anything like that. We just don't allow that. But when it comes to childhood cancer, and childhood cancer is something that we've had a 22-year commitment towards. We've contributed more than $122 million to this cause over that time. So when it comes to childhood cancer, in the eyes of our leadership, it's almost like all bets are off. If the Aflac duck, if we can harness the power, the advertising and the marketing power of the Aflac duck to help children who are going through something as difficult and challenging as cancer, then as far as this company is concerned, it's just simply the right thing to do, and we're going to do it.
And to add on to what you just said, John, when my company, Sproutel, teamed up with Aflac, we're a small, passionate team of 4 people at the time. We've since grown to 6. And myself and my co-founder, Hannah Chung, we were kind of cautioned by some of our mentors and investors, say, hey, look, this is a big company, be careful. Like, they might be putting their priorities ahead of what's best for kids. And 100% of the time, that's not been the case when it comes to designing the proportions of the duck or the duck's voice. We've gone to Aflac and they said, well, children are the true north of this project. Children are whatever is best for them. That's what should be done.
Sure, and you know what? We're a pretty good insurance company, but we don't know much about building robotic ducks. So when we saw one of one of Aaron's team's earlier products was something called Jerry the Bear, which was to help children with type 1 diabetes. And we were itching to find a way that we could put the duck into the fight against childhood cancer in a tangible and touchable way. So when we saw that this product, Jerry the Bear, we said, now wait a minute, that's a stuffed bear. We have a duck. I'll bet you he can translate this to a duck. So we went to Sproutel and we said, this is what we'd like, and this is the end product. And I'm very pleased to say that we are a finalist in 3 categories in the Engadget Awards tonight, too. One of which that we're a finalist in is the unexpected category. And frankly, I have to tell you, this is quite unexpected. So we're really thrilled about it.
And then video. So why don't we show a little bit of the video, because the duck has been transformational in terms of children and interactions. And Aaron and his partner, Hannah Chung, who's in the back of the room, visited the Aflac Children's Cancer Center for over a year, working with over 100 children and patients and doctors. So we roll the video, please?
First and foremost, the duck is a constant companion for children throughout their treatment journey. He's kind of cute.
Candy's going to do some breathing, and we're going to kind of match her breathing. Just a tiny bit faster.
Perhaps most important of all, the ducks can share in the patient's experience.
Yeah, look at this. Happy's also getting one. Natural? Yeah. What? I think it's so awesome. You just feel comfort, you know, with something like that.
I really like the Aflac duck to be your friend, to help you get through all your tough times here.
I think the duck has the potential to have a huge impact on our patients, our families, and our healthcare program as a whole.
So technically y'all want to make it happen to give everybody one or something?
That's the goal.
If she has something to sit with her, something that can take her through it. A friend that will always be there. And that would help a lot of kids.
So Aaron, that was a little bit hard to see Eli. Can you talk about the transformation? Because that's really the power of the medical play, the emotional support and such.
Yeah, so that little boy named Eli was going through a procedure called a port access. This happens to kids every time they come into the center for chemotherapy, and that's a 1,000-day treatment process. You're coming into the center probably 4 days a week. And that was around the 4th time that we had visited the center, and that moment was really powerful for us, and especially for myself and Hannah in the room. You know, she started unwrapping, and this is something that happens pretty often, the tools for the venipuncture, and Eli immediately clammed up and started getting really, really worried. And I think the power that medical play has for children is it gives them this feeling of control, that they get to control when their companion gets chemo, and it can reframe that experience. Right. And so in that moment where he went from screeching to, "Can I try?" Yeah. That was the first glimmer for us that of the impact that we could achieve with something like this.
And Aaron, I can tell you.
Thank you.
Interesting sidebar to that is that piece of the video. We have an extended version of that video as well that you can view at aflacchildhoodcancer.org. But I received a lot of people saying, you got to take that out of the video. It's uncomfortable. Take it out of the video. Well, guess what, folks? Childhood cancer is uncomfortable. And that, however, is the microcosm of what my special Aflac duck is all about. When you are going through the most challenging times of your life, it's there to provide comfort. It's there to provide a coping mechanism. So I said, no, we're going to keep that in the video because people need to know that there are unpleasantries involved with being treated for cancer, especially when you're a child.
And then the thing that we've had the most incredible response is that this duck, everybody says, well, where do I buy it? How can I donate it and such? And Aflac is going to give one to every single child newly diagnosed in the country, which is up to nearly 16,000 children a year, for free, so that they will have a comforting companion. So I know we're out of time. Thank you. You know, I've worked with so many companies over the years, and I just get chills every time working with this amazing company over the 22 years that they have had their commitment. I'd just like to say, where can we get more information, John?
Sure, you can go to aflacchildhoodcancer.org or...
And if you want to learn more about our little R&D workshop and the other type of work we do, you can visit sproutel.com.
And we have a special treat for you today. The real Aflac Duck is going to be here meeting his special friend, my special Aflac Duck, during the break. Come on over, take a picture, say hello. Thank you so much.
Thank you.